Please welcome Scotty K.
Oh yeah, they got intro music. Go ahead, crank that up. Crank it. Come on, there we go. You feel your mullet growing back, sir? You feel that? Yeah. It's one of my favorite bands. Crank it, even louder. This is Bon Jovi. You guys familiar with Bon Jovi? Doesn't he sound constipated when he sings, though? He's like that. He's like... Yeah. It's called improv. I almost had an aneurysm up here. That's awesome. You guys all right? Hold on a second. I got to do something. Can you uncross your arms? That's defensive body language. Let it go. I know, this guy's over here looking at me like, damn it, Bobby, he looks like Rascal Flatts standing up there. I'll tell you what. All right, so how you guys doing? Good, it's good to be here. Open bar comedy down here in the sunny state of Florida. Well, Florida is where New Yorkers and Jews go to die. So, yeah, shalom. Woo! Yeah, okay, so, well, let me tell you about myself before I get going. My name is Scott. I am a preacher's kid. My dad is a pastor. I grew up in church. My dad's actually an immigrant. He's a legal immigrant. Wow, this audience is like, I don't know about that. I voted for Trump. I don't care. Okay, so, but yeah, my dad's a full-blooded Norwegian. My mom is Scotch-Irish, Norwegian, yeah? Yeah. What'd you say? Did you just say BMW? No, that's German. Yeah, I'm half Norwegian, half Scotch-Irish, so my middle name is SPF 90. I'm very white, very white. And I have a little thing called ADHD, okay? I know some of you guys are like, and I saw a few people in here, and they're, young people here, like, dude, how old are you? You look young enough for me to mess with. What? Okay, so we're just gonna move on. He's not young. Where am I? Anyone here in their 20s? Woo, right there. Okay, all right. Yeah, the Gen Z, right? Let's give it up for Gen Z. Give it up for them. The only generation I know that calls in sick when their feelings are hurt. She got excited about that. They know it. When I say ADHD, Gen Z and the millennials, you guys know what that is too. Like half of y'all are like, he's got Adderall in his pocket. I know he does. Right? And then everyone older, your age and older, everyone over 50, make some noise if you're over 50. Right? See, because when I said ADHD, this guy right here, he looked at me like, oh, that's bull crap. Oh, that's an excuse of what that is. We never had that. Which is right. What's your name, sir? Jeff. I like that. Jeff, thank you. Jeff, you never had that growing up, right? You never had ADHD. You're like I don't know what that is. Like you never played with one of your friends at the house, and your mom's like, "What's wrong with your friend Tim?" You didn't go, "Well, I think he's got attention deficit hyperactivity disorder." No, you're like, "I think his mama dropped him on his head." But there's actually a reason why, okay? There's a reason why that his generation didn't have it, okay? And this generation right here, it just swims in it, okay? And this is why, okay? And before I'll say this, and this will get funnier as the show progresses, but I used to be an adolescent therapist as a counselor. And it's funny, I would work with kids, and I would see a lot of signs of ADHD, and I would tell their parents, I think your son has ADHD, and they'd freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, what medication should we put him on? I mean, we gotta worry about his feelings, because everyone gets a trophy. You're like, I didn't get that either, I'll tell you what, bullshit. Participation trophy. Second grade, that's a first loser. Shake and bake. Okay, so And I don't know if I fully explained what ADHD. Did I explain what ADHD is, ma'am? You know what it stands for? Attention. I like that bracelet. That's really pretty. That's shiny. Squirrel. Okay, so that's basically what it is, right? And again, your generation never had it, and this is why. Okay, can you imagine me having to tell your parents that, right? And there was a 25-year study. Okay, I'll get back to you, Jeff. 25-year study, and it came out like 5 years ago. It was a DMV. Okay, not DMV. That's the Department of Motor Vehicle. The DSM-5. Okay, the diagnostic manual, and it came out. And there was a 25-year study, and the reason why you don't have ADHD, it's actually related to your parents, okay? Listen up right here, millennials and Gen Z. The reason why Jeff never had ADHD, right, is because his parents had a belt. Look at that, he goes, that's right. We had a woodshed and no fireplace. Oh, what I mean. Some of y'all can get that, all right? Yeah, can you imagine telling your parents that? You know, that you're sitting there and the doctor walks in and he goes, well, we talked to little Jeff here and he's got a diagnosis. He's got ADD, possibly ADHD. Your dad, I guarantee your dad would like, well, I tell you what, Doc. I'm giving him a southern accent. Is that okay? I tell you what, Doc, I appreciate you spending time with my boy and then coming out here just, you know, like quoting them letters like ADDOD. I don't know what that means, okay? But whatever you say he has, I'll make one promise to you, okay? He won't have it tomorrow. That's just true. Yeah. So I turned 50 and decided to have another child. I know, yeah. I actually have I got married 8 years ago, and we women, if they're hot, we'll agree to anything. I'm gonna say that right now, because we were dating. She's like, "Do you ever want to have more children?" I'm like, "Oh, she's hot, yeah." And we got married, and my second wife, she was actually, and my daughter were pregnant at the same time. Yeah, so he's like, whoa, I had nothing to do. Okay, just my was. I am from Alabama, but I ain't, so, yeah, I'm from LA. He announced that's Leeds, Alabama. Okay, so, but anyway, I became a grandfather and a dad in the same year. It was awesome. I know some of you are like, woo! I said that to a crowd in Utah, and they're like, so? Join the club. That's a Mormon joke, ma'am. That's a Mormon joke. I know you're like, I didn't get that. But anyway, my son was born, and his name is Aaron. My wife got to pick out that name. I know. I'm getting old. Come on, Mama. Granddaddy, why you call her Mama? Okay, so my wife got to pick out the first name, and I want to do the middle name after my father, and so she picked out Aaron. I'm like, oh, that's cool, Aaron. And I like the biblical names because I have two older ones, Caleb and a Hannah. So she got to pick the name, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, Aaron. What does that name mean? And I researched it, and then I said, it's a biblical name, right? Because I grew up in church, I'm a Christian, and if that bothers you, I don't care, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Okay, so. Isn't that special? Okay, so I grew up in church, and I remember, but I saw something in the Bible, right? As I was, like 50 years old, I saw something in the Bible that kind of made me angry. And I'm like, this can't be right. So I studied Aaron. Does anyone know who Aaron was in the Bible? There's only one Aaron. Who said that? Thank you, Reverend. Moses' brother. That's right. And I didn't realize that. I'm like, oh, that's right. Then I realized, yeah. And in the Bible, Reverend, tell me if I get this right, okay? It says this, and this is what made me go, oh, okay, because it said, God told Moses, go to Egypt and tell the Pharaoh to set my people free, right? And Moses like, what? And then he said this. This is in the Bible that made me go, what? It said, take your brother Aaron with you. He will speak on your behalf because Moses had a stutter. I was like, oh, that's bull crap. I saw the movie, okay? I mean, Moses had a stutter. Remember Charlton Heston standing up there? He's like, let my people go! Very articulate, right? Yeah. I saw him like, but then I wrestled with it. I'm like, okay, I remember the movie, let my people go! But in reality, according to the Word of God, it had to have gone like, let my Then Aaron's over there, let my peppers grow! People, Jesus is laughing at that one, so you might as well relax, okay? I mean, and then other things made sense to me about the story of Moses, like, the fact that God wrote the 10 Commandments down, because if he'd have been like, oh, okay, nice climb up the mountain there, Moses. I got 10 Commandments. I'm going to say them. I want you to repeat them back to me, okay? No, never mind. I don't have 40 years, okay? Let's just write it down. Write it down, okay? Thank you, Moses. Tropic Thunder was an awesome film. You see the thing? Squirrel. Okay, so and like I said, if you guys, some of you need to lighten up because Jesus laughed at that. Like you don't think Jesus had a sense of humor? Yes, he did. Thank you, sister. If there's some black people in here, we have church. Look at the white people. What's he doing? Is he having a seizure? Look at the Holy Ghost. Okay, so no. But Jesus did have a sense of humor when you think about it, because I believe he was 100% man, 100% God. Okay, he hung out with 12 guys. Yeah, in their 20s and early 30s. This guy's already laughing, right? Because when guys get together and there's no women around, there's one thing that always happens. Anyone want to say it, guys? What do we do? We make a game out of it. Fart. The women are like, fart. Yeah, that's right. You must have been married for a long time, right? Yeah, I know. But we do that. It doesn't matter. You could just let one rip in your buddy's backswing. He'd be like, awesome, yeah. So you can't tell me the disciples weren't any dead. You can't tell me they weren't cutting up, having a good time, right? They're like, hey, Jesus, yeah, hey, let's throw him in the lake. Let's see if he gets wet this time, right? Lord, help this audience right there. That's right. I mean, you can't tell me the disciples were like, hey, Jesus, pull my finger. Oh, that happened. I could see him sitting around the campfire. All of a sudden, Jesus Christ, that wasn't me. That was Peter. Well, he'll deny it 3 times, but that was him. There we go, okay. It's all coming back to you, right? I went to Sunday school. Okay, so. Yeah, that's good to me. I like to mess with my Christian friends, though. Like I said, I'm a Christian, but I don't like to hang out with a lot of Christians because I think there's a difference between being real and being religious. And I've got friends that are religious, and I love to mess with them. My roommate in college, he's a pastor now, so this past Christmas, it was like December 13th, I sent him an email, and it was awesome. I sent him an email, and at the end of it, I put Merry Xmas. Yes, I did. Like, hey, Sam, how you doing? How's Sarah and the boys? Blah, 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 blah. Merry Xmas, right? And I'm not kidding. 5 minutes after I sent that email, my phone rang. I looked down. It's him, right? So I pick it up. I'm like, what's up, Sam? He goes, how'd you know it was me? I go, it's a miracle. Caller ID. And this is a true story, okay? Sometimes, comedy just writes itself in real life. But so he's like, well, Scott, hey, listen, Scott, I got your email. Appreciate it. Sarah's doing great. The boys are going to start the varsity football this year, so we're excited about that. Do you have a minute? And I'm like, because I knew it was about to come, and I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, Scott, in your email, at the end of it, you put Merry Xmas. That kind of disturbs me because you left the word Christ out of Christmas. You can't X Christ out of Christmas because Jesus is the reason for... That's right. Come on, even my friend Sarah, the Jewish girl, got that one, okay? He said that. He goes, and then he goes like this. He said, so I just wanted to clarify that, Scott. He goes, you shouldn't do that. It's, Christmas, okay? It's Christmas, Christ. Okay? And I purposely waited like 5 seconds. I'll do that when you're in a weird conversation. Just don't say anything for 5 seconds. It's awesome. It's a weird, awkward pause. And then I went, yeah. And then he goes, well, are we okay, Scott? Are we okay? I go, yeah, Sam, of course we are. I mean, we went to college together. We were in the same fraternity. We both paid for friends. I mean, come on. And I said, and I remember that, and this was funny to me. I go, dude, come on. 30 years, okay, we've been friends. I go, we used to get drunk together. Remember that? And he's like, oh, yes, but that was BC. Before Christ. And then he goes, I go, oh yeah, that's right, BC. And then he says, well, and he's trying to change the subject. He goes, well, Scott, what are you going to get for Christmas? What are you going to get for Christmas this year? And I said, well, Sam, I'm glad you called. Because it's happened that you asked that, because before you called, I was on my knees, I was praying. And I'm hoping and praying that someone gets me a one of those Christbox 360s. Ma'am, that's a gaming joke. She's like, I don't know. Oh, like Pong? Yeah. Boop, boop. Okay, so. I know some of you guys think I'm weird. I'm that friend that I see movies, but like way after they were made, I'm that guy. Like literally just saw Scarface. I know. It's like in that movie, Somewhere Over the Ring. I haven't seen that one yet, but I did see one the other day. Last week, I was bored. I saw The Fifth Element. You guys, you see the movie Fifth Element? Okay, with Bruce Willis, and that Russian chick. So clap if you've seen Fifth Element, right? I thought it was stupid. Okay. I thought it was stupid because like the Fifth Element, in case you haven't seen it, at the beginning of it, there's this black mass hurling toward the earth. It's going to destroy the earth, right? And something has to stop it, right? And then in the movie, Bruce Willis, kisses the girl and a light shoots up out of her face and it goes up into space and it blows up the mass, saving the earth, saving everybody. That was a Fifth Element. Does everyone know what was the Fifth Element? Anyone? That's right. Who said that? That's right. It's love. And that's stupid. Because everyone in this room knows that the Fifth Element is boron. Hydrogen, oxygen, blah, 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 and boron. I mean, you're telling me that love can save the world, love can heal, love can shoot light up into the sky and blow up a mass, and no. There's only one thing that can do that. Thank you, boron. I love that joke, and I said, one day I'm going to record a special and do that joke. And that just happened. It really does. Speaking of immigrants, there's my ADHD. That was 15 minutes ago. Okay, but funniest thing I've ever seen is a buddy of mine in 9th grade. He moved to Birmingham, Alabama, actually Leeds, Alabama. His parents brought him over here from India, okay? The dude was Indian, straight up Indian, like dot, 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 not, okay, he was a... Whatever. I'm woke. Okay, so But he, after about 2 years, he understood the Southern culture, right? Second year in, I heard one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, and it was simply this: roll tide, roll tide, roll tide. Alabama #1, roll tide. Love that accent, right? And I remember one day he stood in front of me. He goes, "Scott, come here, come here, come here. Stand right there." Don't do it. Okay, so I just remember he's like, we're standing there, and he goes, "Put your hands in your pocket. Scott, put them in your pocket. Okay, do it. Okay, now try to talk. You can't do it, can you? You can't do it because you're a redneck. Redneck talks with their hands. They're like, oh, where to go? Oh, we're going to go down to Walmart. First we got to go to the Waffle House, and then we turn left, and then boo, we're there. Oh, yeah, roll tide, roll tide, roll tide." And I just looked at him. I go, okay. Sahis, that was his name, Sahis. I think it was. That's what I called him. So I said, okay, Sahis. I go, why don't you try to talk without moving your head? You can't do it, can you? You can't do it. No. Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, it's 2025, and I did that joke because I don't care. It's just... all the left-wing white people are getting upset, and the guy in the back going, "Oh, that's a very funny, good, very good." All right. And speaking of the South, it's funny, when I play Florida, I know you guys can relate to it, so we'll talk about this. After a storm goes through, here it's hurricanes. Alabama, it's tornadoes. Oklahoma, tornadoes. You know, I know the different storms, but there's one thing we have in common with Florida. I know you guys do it, right? The news shows up, right? And they're like, who can we talk to? And they look around, they find the biggest, dumbest redneck. And by God, that's who we need to talk to right there. You know what I'm talking about? That guy standing there, sound like a train. You know what, DJ, give me some music. I just want to do this character. Here we go, crank it up. I ain't gonna say it twice. I'll tell you what I seen, okay? I'll tell you what I seen, okay? I was in the house. Right? And the wind started whooping up. And I knew it was a big wind because I heard the wheels starting to rattle on the house, right? And my cousin, my wife, she got scared, okay? Scared. That means she's afraid. Yeah, explain that. Afraid. So I looked at my wife and my two boys, DW and TW, that's double wide and triple wide junior. And I told them, I said, shit. I said, run! Yeah, we took off running, and we ran into her Dee Dee's house. He got a brick house, yeah, so we dove in. We gonna be just fine. We gonna... Oh, shit. Look at that. Hey, Alabama, look at that. Roll, Tide, roll. I'm out of here. Get over. DJ. Make it loud, make it loud. I want to hear you guys sing it. Judge your conscience bother you. Here we go. Sweet. Awesome. Roll tight, roll tight, roll tight. All right, I'm going to try to do this now. Hold on a second. Where are my country music fans? Country music fans? Okay, I'm just wondering where you are. I'm not going to play country music. I hate country music. I hear farm animals when I hear country music. I'm serious. You listen real close. It's like, well, I got friends in. That's a good chicken, isn't it, sir? It is. Oh, I know it is. I know it is. Because when I was growing up, my uncle had a farm, and I didn't have any friends, and so my brother used to lock me in the chicken. You guys can laugh all you want, but when you're sitting there and there's like 20, 30 chickens just walking around you, you're like 4 years old, and they're like, you better learn how to communicate. I'm like. So country music has some of the dumbest lyrics. Some of the dumbest songs, too. Jesus, Take the Wheel, right there. Yeah, anyone familiar with that song? Carry Underwood, Jesus, Take the Wheel. Yeah, it's a dumb song. Jesus, take the wheel. That'd be a dumb idea, right? Because look, I read the Bible, and there was not a Department of Motor Vehicles. There was no DMV in Nazareth, okay? So when my Lord and Savior went to the cross, he was an unlicensed driver. That's just stupid. Jesus, you save the world, I'll drive the Chevy. And that's usually where I stop that joke, but tonight I feel like going further with it. I know, let's just say he did. Let's say, if you're not familiar with that song, okay, it's about a girl, right? She's in her truck, right? She's a single mom, so she's like maybe 20 from Alabama. She's like 16, you know. But I love making fun of my home state, Alabama. My friends are like, I'm self-employed. I'm like, everybody's got a lawnmower. But anyway, in the song, she's there, and I don't think in the song they say the boy's name, but we'll call him Cody, right? And Cody, they're outside of Cincinnati, am I correct, right? And the snowstorm is coming down, right? And she's sitting there, and then she's like, Jesus, take the wheel, and let's just go with it, right? So Jesus is sitting next to her, and he's like, okay, I'll slide under, you climb over in case there's a cop behind us, And Jesus takes the wheel, and what do you think the first thing he's going to say? How do you steer this donkey? That's what he's going to say. I know, just stay with me, right? So Jesus takes the wheel, he's driving, and then he hits some black ice, and I know a lot of you here in Florida are from New York, you know what black ice is, and if you're not here, that's not racist, there's black ice, okay? Jesus hits the black ice, and of course he brakes really hard, because he's never had driving, let's not ice. And the car like spins around, right? And let's say it's an SUV, okay? It goes around and it hits the guardrail and goes down the ravine and blows up. They're dead. You, Jesus, and Cody are dead. They don't find your body for like 3 weeks, right? But 3 days after that wreck, Jesus crawls out of the ravine. Because he has risen. Let's eat some peeps, right? That's worth repeating. He has risen. Let's eat some peeps. And then the only thing left on the side of the road a couple months later is 2 white crosses on the side of the road. Yeah, white crosses. That sounds like a country song, right? 2 white crosses. What's up? And you know when I moved, I actually used to live in Ashtabula, Ohio, okay? And it's near Cleveland. And okay, so we hate LeBron, why'd you leave? Okay, so when I moved down south, I saw these white crosses on the side of the road. I'm like, that's strange. I thought to myself, that's a weird place to bury somebody. I didn't know if the Georgia-Florida game was on. The guy's like, I ain't missing a game. Bury his ass over there. Just bury him. I know, and then someone explained, no, Scott, that's where someone died in a car wreck. They tragically died in a car wreck. And I'm like, is there any other way to die but tragically? And, you know, and a lot of us in here, we had people that we know, even relatives that died. I have relatives that got killed in a car wreck. It is tragic, okay? And then they put a cross on the side road as a memorial. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And I understood that. And every time I see that, I'm like, oh, that's so great. I've been doing comedy for like 25 years now. I've got to perform all over the country and in other countries too. And I've driven so many miles in this country, and I've seen literally thousands of white crosses on the side of the road, right? But you know what I've never seen? The Star of David. Do you know what that means, people? That means Jews are much better drivers than Christians. Shalom. Oh, let's do one more dumb country song. All right, where are my Keith Urban fans? Here we go. So take your records, take your freedom, and take your memories, I don't need them. And take your cat and leave my sweater, we got nothing left to weather. In fact, I'll feel a whole lot better. But you'll think of me, you'll think of me, yeah. I went out driving, trying to clear my head. I tried to okay, that's a dumb song, okay? That's stupid, because that's not a real breakup song. Everyone knows a real breakup song would go something like this. I killed your cat and made it a sweater. You can wear it in any weather. And when you do, you'll think of me, yeah, think of me, yeah. Meow. 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 Here's a song. It's a new song I've been working on. I might get with Greg, but this is a song I've been working on. Hope you guys like it. It's a new one. This is pretty much all I got so far. It's a new song. I said I'm working on it. Why do we look at our poop when we're done? The guys are like, yeah, the women are like, I don't, yeah, you do that. It's not just guys. Here's a song I wrote back when I was single after a breakup, and I'd like to share this with you. Well, she was 5'10" from Ohio, with long dark hair, and I loved her so. I still remember When I walked into the room, tears filled my eyes. My head started spinning as the pain began to rise. How could she be so selfish, just sit and not be in a rush? Well, I was standing there trying to breathe, praying, please, please, courtesy flush, courtesy flush. Sing it with me. Courtesy flush, courtesy flush. If you care about us, I need a courtesy flush. As long as we're on the X, here's another song I wrote about her. The dawn is breaking, a light shining through. What mood will you wake in? Will you be happy or will you be blue? Bipolar lady, bad crazy baby. You're happy now, you're sad. You're manic now, you're mad. Are we staying? Yes, no. What's it gonna be? 'Cause you're making me crazy! 'Cause even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. Yeah, there's one thing I had to get over. 'Cause I finally found that my hugs don't cure bipolar. Did you take your lithium? Wait, that was my Adderall. Watch her bounce off the wall. Bipolar lady. I want to actually end the show of different impressions, you know. Oh, but I got to do this, okay? I have a 5-year-old, remember, Aaron? And he told me a joke 3 days ago, right? And he goes, Daddy, I got a joke for you. I go, okay. He goes, if I tell you the joke, will you tell it on stage? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, promise? I go, okay. So my 5-year-old looks at me and goes, why are French fries called French fries? He's 5. I go, I don't know. And he goes, because they're French. If you're not laughing at that, that's a 5-year-old, okay? What are you, cool? Oh, there you go. He's going to love that. So I want to do my impression of a guitar player, okay? But not just any guitar player. This is my impression of the most bored guitar player that ever lived. The lead guitar player for Chicago. You know, crank that up even louder. We're gonna go out on a good note. I'm gonna take this audience back in time. Where were you the last time you heard this song? I'll tell you where you were. You're like, all right, let's clear the floor. It's couples skates only. That's right, it's couples skates only. Hey, thanks a lot, Open Bar Comedy. I'm Scotty K. Have a great night.
Scotty K, ladies and gentlemen.